So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
Hey YouTube, this is Joe from ZW Games, and I'm bringing to you guys a Winged Dragon of Ra orcust deck. Now, I thought of this concept through playtesting my own orcust build, and noticing that the discarding is really helpful for the Ra strategy, just getting the pieces into the graveyard that you can use later on. And just overall, the theme just fits really nicely. I did a play test with the hands, and you go into your main strategies to control the board with the orcust play, while setting up the Ra so that next turn Ra can just come out into the field and just blow away your opponent, getting you that win. So I'm going to run through the deck, explain the card choices, and even explain some budget options for the extra deck, because the main deck is actually pretty cheap and affordable. It's just the extra deck that does make the orcust expensive, but I'll explain some budget options that you can go for. So with all that's done, let's crack on into it. Starting off with your Ra engine of 2 copies of the Winged Dragon of Ra. You want to summon this from the deck, you don't want to have it in your hand at all, which is why you only play 2 copies of it. Next we have the obvious 3 sphere modes. This is what makes the Ra engine amazing. The fact that it's a general hand trap for you if you have it in your hand, but you discard it so that you can copy it later on with your Phantom of Chaos. And you play the 1 Immortal Phoenix. You could probably bump this up to 2 if you want to, so that you have it as a discard option as well. But the way I've designed is that I want to see sphere mode in my hand to discard off the Nightmare Mermaid, and I want to ditch Immortal Phoenix when I want to via things like Foolish Burial. And to run out the Ra engine, we do have, in terms of the monsters, we do have the 3 Phantom of Chaos. You summon this, you banish your sphere mode, you can then copy its effect, which means you can attribute Phantom of Chaos and summon Ra from your deck with 4k attack and defense. Moving on to now the orcust part of the deck, which is like the remainder of the monsters. We have the 1 Phantom Sky Blaster, simple normal summon, go full combo. 2 copies of Harp Horror, 2 copies of Symbol Skeleton, 2 copies of Nightmare Orcust Nightmare, and then the 1 copy of the World Legacy World 1. This is pretty much standard ratio in all orcust decks. Harp Horror sometimes jumps around to 3, and some people play 1, some people don't. This is just ratio that I'm more comfortable with. Phantom Knight engine, you do have your 2 boots and your 1 Phantom Cloak, and then I play 4 one-offs just to go full combo. I have the 1 Nightmare Orcust Ibli, the 1 Armageddon Knight, and 2 copies of Forward Skipper. I'm really enjoying Forward Skipper just because it's a really simple, summon, copy a Nightmare, go full combo, but it's also a 1-for-1 target as well, meaning that things like my other tech in here, which is DD Lamia, along with the 3 Dark Contrast with the Gate, I have plenty of extenders that if my combo does get disrupted, my normal summon does get disrupted, I have extenders to go off. So continuing now with the spell cards now, starting off with the 3 gates, we have the 2 Man of the Bound Creator, along with the 1 Babel and 1 Terraform. This is your field spell package. Babel is pretty much standard because you're playing Orcust, but your Man of the Bound Creator is to help protect your Ra if you do open with it. It also gives Terraforming another target, so that way you can either search your Babel, so that way your Galatea can just set the counter trap, or you can search your Man of the Bound, which when you got your Ra coming up, he's got protection. The 1 Orchestrated Return, this is a draw power card. Playing Orcust, 1-1-for-1, you have plenty of targets in the deck to summon. The 1 Foolish Burial and the 1 Monster Reborn to round up the spells. And then your 4 trap cards are the 1 Orchestrated Crescendo, 2 Fog Blades, and the 1 Shade Brigade to have extenders and your negations. That's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. pretty much the most expensive card in the extra deck is your 2 copies of Dingirsu. Dingirsu is absolutely an amazing card, but I'll explain what you can take out for him once I finish the extra deck. Your 1 Savage Dragon, this can be any level 8 synchro of your choice because the Lamia option, if you want to, you didn't need it for your combo, you can go Lamia with a Orcust Nightmare. If you can get another one in the field, you can then go into Savage Dragon and have some nice negations there. For Link 4s, I'm playing 1 Topologic Bomber, 1 Bowler Dragon, and 1 Bowl Sword. For the Link 3s, you play the Nightmare Unicorn, your Shade Brigade, and your Longirsu. Pretty much standard there. For Link 2s, you're playing your 2 Galatea, your 1 Nightmare, Cerberus, and Phoenix. And then to round up the extra deck, you play your 2 copies of Mermaid. So if one gets disrupted, you have another one later on. And to go into as well. So yeah, for the budget options to take out, so the most expensive cards in here are the 2 copies of the Dingirsu, the Savage Dragon, and your Bowl Sword and Nightmare Unicorn. What would I take out? To be honest, you don't really need to go into the XCs. I know the XCs is really good, but because you have the trap card, you don't really need to go into the Cs. These can be anything you want, in all honesty. This could be like some generic Link 3s, some Link 4s if you want to go into those. Even another copy of Galatea, so I'd actually swap out 1 for Galatea. And maybe like another Link 2 option. Your Savage Dragon, as I said, could be any level 8 synchros. It could be like Starlight, Stardust, actually any level 8 synchro that you can make generically. Bowl Sword could just be the Orcust Link 4, and then your Nightmare Unicorn can be again any Link 3 that you want to go into. Those points. But yes, guys, that's the deck. I hope you all enjoyed it. As I said, this is a fun deck. It just literally utilizes the Orcust deck to go into, you know, your standard first turn Orcust play. You know, that way you've got some protection, you've got disruptions. Your opponent's not going to do much on their turn when that play goes off. And then on your following turn, you set up your Ra, you summon them onto the field, wipe out your opponent's board using its effect, and then just swing in for massive damage. You know, bring in the power of the god using the Orcust deck. As well, you could also, if you wanted to fit in Obelisk and Slifer in here, you can actually do so because Orcust can get 3 monsters on board very easily. If you build your Orcust engine, so that way you don't need to use your normal summon, you can easily go forth, get 3 monsters on board, summon your Obelisk and your Slifer Sky Dragon if you want to as well. So yeah, guys, that's it for the deck profile. Ra's come back better than ever. Yeah, so I'm really happy to profile this to you guys. So as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.
What's up, YouTube? Dan here from YUGIOH Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always, guys, happy dueling.